What's up, polish friends? If you're new here, I'm Summer, also known as Always Polish Life on Instagram, and in this video, I received a package from Olive & June, and I can't wait to see what's in it. I'll be trying them for the first time, but I do know that one of their philosophies is a salon mani should be available at home, and I couldn't agree more. I got into nail art in 2015. In fact, my first YouTube video, I used a selfie stick and a beer kettle to film. So, wah wah. Spoiler alert, it didn't go great. In 2018, I obtained my nail tech license, but I use it to give natural nail manis to my local memory care facility because I believe everyone should feel polished. But back to Olive & June, let's see what's in the package. Keep watching, I'll show you. The first item in my Olive & June box is a mani guide, which we'll take a closer look at a little bit later. The next item is an Olive & June mini magazine. We have 4 polishes thoughtfully wrapped in bubble wrap, so I'll be swatching those in this video. And lastly is Olive & June's 2024 fall box. Before we dive into the box, let's take a closer look at the mani guide and mini magazine. The mani guide, this is super helpful, teaches us how to get the most out of our manis by giving us a step-by-step guide beginning to end on how to prep and then paint our nails. This is really helpful. There's some really helpful tips in here, as well as some good reminders. Okay, let's take a look at the mini magazine. The first page is a message from Olive & June's creator and CEO, Sarah Gibson Tuttle, including a few of her Olive & June faves, and also some of their new polishes and press-ons. The next page showcases all the Olive & June polishes in a checklist style, so we can check off which ones we have. Page 6 shows off the different poppies, which, if you don't know what a poppy is, stay tuned, and also the different seasonal boxes. And page 7 shows the different polish color families, polish finishes, and a warm versus cool color chart, which I appreciate because I honestly have a hard time differentiating the two. Anyone else? No? Just me? Cool. Page 8 demonstrates the Olive & June Penny, their new nail art tool, and page 9 is a workbook style page to educate and test our knowledge. Lastly, here are QR codes to the Olive University and a cute quiz. I think the mini mag is fun and thoughtful. I'm pretty impressed. But I'm really excited for this fall box, so let's jump in. On the inside top of the box is our step-by-step reminders for a perfect mani. And the first thing in the box is a card with a beautiful message. On the back of the card is the new fall shades, a couple how-tos, and more. The first contents of the box is the Olive & June nail polish remover pot, and I am really looking forward to trying this. We have 2 polish bottles, one of which looks like a top coat, and if this polish is the one I'm thinking it is, I am really excited right now. And lastly is this cute makeup bag, which also has some items in it, so let's take a look. Oh, this is cool. This is the Olive & June Poppy, and I'll demonstrate how to use this a little bit later. We also have a white nail buffer, which I know from the Olive & June literature I showed you is used to buff away our cuticles from our nail plate. And we have the Olive and June nail clippers. These seem really sturdy, and I like the silicone cover. There's a nail file, necessary for any mani, and also a cleanup brush. I love trying new cleanup brushes, but I'm not very good at doing cleanup on camera, so I'll have to let you know on Instagram how I like this one. Last but certainly not least is Olive and June's cuticle serum, and just like the cleanup brush, I can't get enough hydration products for my cuticles, so I'm really excited to try this one. Okay, are you ready to take a closer look at some of the products? Let's start with the nail polish remover pot. So this item is really cool because the remover is inside, of course, but so is a sponge. So we can sponge off our mani on one finger if we mess up without messing up our other nails with a cotton ball doused in remover. So I really like this concept. The lid even has a sponge for any tough to remove spots. Let's take off my polish, but I'm gonna speed this up. The whole process took less than 5 minutes, and I was really impressed with how quickly and efficiently the pot took off the polish on each of my nails. This is definitely a must-have product, and I'm going to use it probably really frequently. Next, let's look at the nail clippers, and I love that they have a silicone cover so they're easy to handle. The idea is to clip your nails gently when you want to lose length or change the nail shape, instead of sawing them off with a file, because that can cause micro tears that cause breakage to our nails later on. With the nail file, we then shape our nails, filing one way versus sawing back and forth. With the white buffer, we then remove any cuticle stuck to our nail plate that can cause our polish to chip or lift. And then our nails are ready to polish. But before we start swatching the polishes, let me show you how to use the Poppy, whose name I just love because it's also the name of one of my 5 greyhounds. Alright, want to see how to use this Poppy? So the Olive and June caps come off easily with a little pull, and we're left with this tip. The Poppy slides on, and voila! We have a Poppy that makes it easier to polish our nails by giving us more control of the brush. When we're finished painting our nails, we pull off the Poppy and replace the cap. I am dying to try these polishes, so let's get to swatching. The polishes are wrapped thoughtfully in bubble wrap, and I have 5 total, not including the top coat that was also in the box. I'll be utilizing the top coat over all of my swatches. The first polish is Museum Date, which is a rich brown with multicolored shards of sparkle. And I'm happy to report Olive and June uses a wider style flat brush, making it really easy to float this creamy polish on the nail. This shade deepens on that second coat, and I reach full shimmery opacity on the second coat. Here's my swatch photo with Olive and June's top coat. And here's a live under my ring light so you can see the polish in motion. It's absolutely stunning and gonna be great for fall. Next is Garnet Glass, and this one is a deep scarlet jelly, and the formula just rocks. That first coat flowed on so easily without mess, which is important for these red shades to prevent staining on the skin. The second coat deepens the color, and we have some of that nail line peeking out, which is intentional for this shade. And I really think Olive and June nailed this one for fall as well. It's classy and fun and is totally wearable for this season and for winter. Self-Portrait is next, and I just love these delicate gray creme shades for fall and for winter. And if I would have done a thicker first coat, Self-Portrait would have been opaque on that first coat, but thinner coats is where it's at if you're looking to make your mani last. But we do reach full opacity on that second coat, and I just love how soft and cozy this gray is. It's beautiful alone, but also leaves a lot of possibilities for nail art, so keep an eye on my Instagram for some cozy self-portrait nail art. Next is Sculpture Wing, described as a cool lavender neutral with just a hint of gray. And these neutral shades are definitely my jam. We have the same formula as Self-Portrait, so I love that consistency in Olive and June's cremes. And I do reach opacity on that second coat. This is another shade that just has so many possibilities for nail art, whether it be freehand or my fave, stamping. And last but certainly not least is Girl with the Pearl Nail Polish. I was so excited to be given this polish. I just love pearlescent shears, and I am not disappointed on that first swipe. This polish flows on the nail easily without streaks and is so ethereal. If you want this shade opaque, I would suggest a blurring base coat, but definitely try it sheer as intended because it is so delicate and pretty. So I want to know what you think of the Olive and June fall box. Let me know in the comments if you'll be running out to buy it and which product you'd be most excited about. A big thank you to Olive and June for sending me this box to try. I think this is a must-have as it incorporates everything you need for the perfect at-home mani. I was also really impressed with the polishes and plan to do a wear test on Instagram, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for hanging out with me, and follow me in between videos and for extras on Instagram @AlwaysPolishLife. Until next time, stay polished, my friends.